So good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, all. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jim McLaughlin, class of 1993, Director of Athletics, and I want to welcome you to the 2024 Senior Athletics Award Ceremony and really appreciate you being here. I couldn't be prouder of this class for all the achievements that they put in place over the last 4 years, and I really look forward to highlighting and celebrating many of those this afternoon. This was, again, another really special year with so many of our teams and individuals turning in memorable performances, moments, team success, whether it be regionally within the league or even nationally as well, too. And the thing I always take the greatest amount of pride in is that while they're doing all of these things with this significant time commitment, the jobs the young men and women are doing in the classroom, in their research, in the community is equally as impressive. And just to give you a little bit of an idea about the success that this group had this past year, we had 7 senior student athletes that were inducted into Phi Beta Kappa. We had 50 academic all-district selections and 251 conference all-academic team honorees. There were 87 all-league honors spanning 23 different sports. We saw 9 All-Americans, including a National Player of the Year at his position. There was a Conference Player of the Year, 4 Conference Champions, 5 Conference Rookies of the Year, and 3 Conference Coaching Staffs of the Year. And this year, I should say, also saw many memorable and special moments. You know, in the fall, we ushered in a new era of Union College when we welcomed Charger to our family, who's become just such a beloved member of this community. We saw the field hockey team reach the conference tournament for the first time in over a decade, led by an incredibly strong senior class, complemented by a first-year class that earned Liberty League Rookie of the Week honors in 8 straight weeks. Our baseball team was welcomed home to Central Park and nearly doubled its season win total and saw impressive results in the tournament. The men's cross-country team earned its best finish of all time at the NCAA Regionals in more than 40 years. We saw junior Kat Dacey become the first women's cross-country runner to qualify for the NCAA National Championships, and she, along with other seniors on the team, led the team to its best season in more than 30 years. The football team brought the Dutchman shoes back home and made it to the round of 16 and ended the year ranked in the top 25 nationally. We saw the remarkable comeback of the women's lacrosse team to defeat RPI and clinch a postseason berth. We saw senior Matt Kenvin, where he broke 3 school records at the Liberty League Championships and swam the fastest 200 breaststroke ever by a Liberty League swimmer. Our men's lacrosse team nationally ranked in the top season all season long and hosted the NCAA tournament for the 3rd straight year. The basketball team, men's basketball team, won the Sig Makovsky Invitational as part of a season-opening 5-game win streak. And women's basketball, once again for the 3rd consecutive year, went to the league tournament, and they had an incredibly memorable experience on their winter break trip to Puerto Rico, something that the students, I'm sure, will never forget. The men's crew team saw the Novice 4 boat finish 2nd in the Liberty League Championship, while the women's crew saw the Varsity 4 place 3rd in the New York State Championships. The men's hockey team once again defeated RPI for the Mayor's Cup for the 3rd year in a row. Our women's hockey team went into nationally ranked Penn State, top 10 in the country, and knocked them off in overtime. Men's soccer team clinched the 2 seed in the Liberty League tournament and hosted the conference semifinals. Softball served a nationally ranked and undefeated RPI, their first loss of the season. Women's swimming and diving had their best start in almost 2 decades after going 4-0 to start the year. And the women's tennis team turned in their best season in program history and set a new program wins record in winning conference tournament match for the first time in more than 2 decades. So many great moments that you will cherish for the rest of your lives, the teammates, the friendships that you built that will remain your friends for a lifetime. And while I take a great deal of pride, and I know our coaches take a great deal of pride in these accomplishments, what gives me a greater sense of pride is the success that I've seen of this student group in the classroom, on the fields, and in the community as well, too. You know, it takes a lot of folks to help support a group this large with 26 sports and 650 student athletes, and I'm very fortunate to have a great staff assembled here that I certainly want to make sure that I acknowledge. Yeah, first and foremost, the person responsible for everything surrounding today's event, which is a major undertaking, Lauren Almy. Our associate and assistant ADs, who are essentially my right-hand folks, Beth Tiffany, Brian Bowman, Brianne Brinker, and Wally Bizdell. Our communications office, Steve Sheridan, Dom Delpreet, and Jason Pulaski, whose major focus is to promote our student athletes. And you'll see there are a lot of award winners, and a lot of that has to do with not only what the athlete is doing on the field, but our sports information staff working diligently. Our athletic trainers, Cheryl, Nick, Brandon, and Jill, just the work they put in every single year for our student athletes, how they become part of our teams, I could not be more grateful for them. Our facility staff, Al, Sean, and Bailey, who do a great job keeping up the facilities for our students. And to our coaches, who I look at as teachers, mentors, and educators that not only teach our student athletes how to run, how to hit, how to throw, but they teach life lessons throughout their 4 years here. And we had 3 coaching staffs of the year, including the staffs led by Kelly Harchitz, our field hockey, Brian Bowman with women's tennis, and John Muller in his first year with baseball. Just hats off to the efforts and their entire staff. And finally, a huge thank you to our parents who have been avid supporters of our programs and our teams, for all the sacrifices that you've made over the past 22 years in providing the experiences that our student athletes are allowed to have. And finally, the most important group that I look forward to celebrating this afternoon is our 2024 student athlete class. And we're very fortunate to have our president here today, but throughout the year at so many different events. We really appreciate his support and would like to welcome President Harris to the podium.
Thanks, Jim. And we thanked a lot of people, but we forgot one. So I want to thank Jim for all he does to make everything possible every day of the year for athletics. Thanks, Jim. So congratulations, student athletes. I always enjoy this event because it's a tremendous opportunity to celebrate you, not as students, not as athletes, but as student athletes. But let me start with a special note of appreciation to the family members who support these student athletes in so many ways. Because you see, one of the sad realities of being a college president is that every year I get older, but the students don't. They're always 18 to 22. So over time, I find my identity shifting from the students to the parents, and it's fully there now. Because over our time here, and in the front, my wife, our daughter, has gotten increasingly involved in travel sports. So families, we have a sense of what it's taken to get to today. We know that you spent lots of time driving and cheering and consoling. You've been to hotels and eateries in places you never expected to be. So families, let me just thank you for all you've done over many, many years, far beyond 4, to make today possible. Thank you very much. So earlier today, I shared a message online with the class of 2024 that talked about courage. I was thinking about that message as I thought about this event. Now, I know few of you expect to become professional athletes, but at the same time, you didn't expect that you would stop your athletic competition, that you would cease the incredible experiences you have with teammates when you started college. Yet, that's what the conditions required. But if there's one thing I know about athletes, it's that you understand that the conditions are the conditions. You often can't change them. Sometimes the field is wet and slick, sometimes it's hard and dry. Some days the strike zone is huge, some days it's small. Sometimes it seems like the ref isn't quite clear what the rules are at all. Other days it seems like they think they get paid by the tweet of their whistle. And so, unsurprisingly, you adapted to the conditions of COVID. You found ways to be student athletes. You found ways to build that sense of community among teammates. And so today, we celebrate that. We celebrate your perseverance, your commitment, and your success. So let's get on with it. I have the honor of presenting the first award. The first award is the Presidential Award for Academic Achievement. This goes to the team with the highest GPA in season. This year, the team that won the award had tremendous individual and team success. I started to think about some hokey way of describing how they navigated the twists and the turns, regardless of conditions, but I thought, you know what, let's just say the winner this year is the women's cross-country team with a combined GPA of 3.68. Congratulations. Is Laura Nardelli here? Is Laura here? Ah, come on up. If there's, we can bring the seniors. I saw you, Allie. If there's seniors for the women's cross country team, come on up.
Thank you, President Harris, and congratulations to our women's cross-country team for not only turning in their best season in 30 years, but for winning the Academic Achievement Award. It's my pleasure to present one of two Athletics Appreciation Awards. And our first award is going to our retiring football coach, Pete Brown. And Pete, I asked Derek Witherford this morning if I should roast you in this, and he turned to me dead serious and said, I don't think we have the time. That could be a 3-part Netflix series. And he is absolutely right. But Pete, in all seriousness, I just want to thank you for everything that you've done here. And just to get an idea of what he has done here, Pete has been synonymous with Union College for 40 years. And he was a graduate from Union. He was a student athlete at Union, graduated in '83, and then had a long time coaching career that spanned 5 different decades. And he had an incredible impact on so many student athletes. And you know, Pete's retiring as the assistant football coach, but what some of you may not know that he had a stint when we had coaches coaching dual sports as the head men's lacrosse coach and the head softball coach. And Pete, I think you'll get this when I say 2 out of 3 really ain't bad. You know, when I think about Pete's lacrosse tenure, I was actually an assistant coach with Pete on that football staff, and I remember going into his office and I picked up a book that was on his shelf and it said How to Coach Lacrosse, and I thought we were in real trouble. I knew we were in bigger trouble when during one of Pete's first practices, he was teaching a technique and told the students that, you know, when the ball goes outside the crease, just pick it up with your hand, bring it in the crease, you're in a safe space. And a student just said, Coach, you can't do that. Then there was the whole 10-man ride story, and there was a time when Pete's team just couldn't generate any significant offense, and every time they got settled, it was a case where they turned the ball over. But when they went to their 10-man ride, they were creating turnovers, getting offense, and different things like that. So Pete had the brilliant idea to take a timeout and share with his team to say, if we get the ball and we get settled and we have possession, throw it out of bounds. And it actually worked a little bit, so he was ahead of his time. But I'll also say that while he had the lacrosse stint, when I look at his tenure in football and softball, Union football has been one of the most successful programs in the country since the early 80s upon Pete's arrival as a student. Our softball team, under his leadership, competed in multiple NCAA tournaments. It was the greatest success the program's ever had in its history. And all of those teams have Pete's fingerprints all over it. He's been a remarkable mentor for our student athletes. He takes pride in what he's done here at Union College. But I'll say his greatest pride is his 2 kids, Christy and Packy, from the class of 17 and 19. Both graduated here, were athletes here. Christy was a tremendous swimmer. Packy was a great 2-sport athlete. And you know, he always had the support of a saint, I'll say, Pete, of his wife Gina, for putting up with you. So, Pete, I just want to thank you for everything that you've meant for this college, the impact that you've had on so many, and I'm going to miss you, my friend. So, thank you.
Hello, everyone. So I'm here to give the award also to Charlie Mackey, who is retiring this year. And Charlie is so enjoying retirement that he is golfing today. So just a few words about Charlie. Charlie came to us on his 2nd stint here. He did a little time at UVM in the middle. But he wanted to come back to his personal family, but most importantly, his Union College family. So when Charlie came back to the equipment room, I can't even tell you what the equipment room looked like, but a dumpster fire might be underselling how messy it got in there. And he took over that room and he organized it and he brought it up to snuff. But most importantly, he cared, and that's the one thing that will describe Charlie, is that he cared. So thank you, Charlie, and I will miss you.
Hi, I thought I'd get an introduction for this, but I am presenting the President's Commission for Leadership Award. Can everybody hear me okay? I've had my megaphone all spring, so without the megaphone. I can't think of anybody I've coached who exemplified the adjective leader better than Caroline Stanton. She was voted captain as just a sophomore and every year thereafter, and she's been the backbone of our team her entire Union career. They call her the team mother because she's always looking out for everyone else, male or female, senior or first years, and even the coaches. She's the person who will walk right up to a new face on the team, hold out her hand, and introduce herself. I don't think we've ever had a recruit on campus whose schedule didn't include meeting Caroline. She's never comfortable if someone on our team seems lonely or down. She's got to check in and make sure their life is okay. She's never been asked to do these things. She's just that kind of human that we need a little bit more of on our planet right now. She's led the team in dedication too, arriving at 3:30 and staying till 6:30 or 7 most days. She competed in 2 seasons for all 4 years and even stepped up and ran cross country one season when we sustained some illness and injury. She's a 3-time track MVP who routinely scored in the high jump, 400 hurdles, pentathlon, and has run every relay there is. She holds Union records in the 4x400, both indoors and outdoors, running, of course, the anchor leg. And if all that isn't enough, she's also the president of the Garnet Society, which is responsible for alumni outreach, family weekends, alumni networking events, and she's also on the executive board of the Student Philanthropy Council. She's all Liberty League as an athlete, all Liberty League as a student, of course, and she's a great representative of both Union College and Union Athletics. So Caroline, I've said this a few times this year, but it bears repeating. You are irreplaceable. And so for one final time, from me to you, that'll do it. Congratulations.
It's my pleasure today to award the Community Service and Community Engagement Outreach Award. This young man is a pretty special guy. I actually got an opportunity to meet him about 4 years ago, and I was recruiting him at a different university. I knew he was a hell of a football player, but I also knew what a great person he was and how much of an impact he was going to have on whatever community he ended up going to. Now, he didn't actually end up coming to my school at that time and ended up at Union. He has been a tremendous impact here. And now that I'm here, he's actually leaving and going to Rochester, so I guess I'm the problem as far as that goes. But from that standpoint, he is a fantastic human being. He is so involved in the community. He brightens every room that he's in. His smile could light up the room. He has helped with the Gift for Life. It's been one of his major projects here on campus. He's conducted 13 swab drives, coordinated over 2,000 donor enrollments. He's helped with 7 matches and actually 1 transplant. He's been our student administrative VP. He's helped with the DIP and coordinate over 300 clubs and organizations on campus. His engagement to this campus and helping further the engagement of our student body will have a lasting impact beyond his time here. He was part of Team Impact and helped Kevin with our football program. He's been a major player in the Run, Ribs, and Reggae Festival, College Expo, and many others. His winters are spent with the women's basketball team as their student manager, traveling and helping them on day-to-day operations. He's been part of Big Brother and Big Sister, and truthfully a role model for all those as a leader on campus and a bright personality of what you can accomplish with a big, huge heart. Congratulations, Deanna Spielanco, on being selected as Union College's 2024 Community Service Engagement Program.
Hi, I'm Chris Murphy, head men's basketball coach of the college, and I wanted to start off by congratulating the entire graduating class for your 4 years at Union. I know it wasn't always easy, especially that first year, but the perseverance and resiliency you showed really shined through. So enjoy today, enjoy this weekend, and as an alum myself, welcome to the Union College alumni base. I'm here to present the Leadership Award to Connor Siepel. The Leadership Award is presented to a student athlete for exceptional leadership of a team in competition and on campus, providing positive direction to their fellow student athletes. When I think of that, I immediately think of Connor Siepel. He can be found on the basketball court, leading his teammates. He can be found in the varsity weight room, leading another team's workout, or he can be found in the fitness center, helping an injured student athlete get a little bit of extra rehab in so that they can get back on the court, get back on the field, get back on the ice faster. Connor, I had some highlights of all 5 of your years here, but I was encouraged to summarize that. And Connor started as a non-recruited student athlete. He walked onto the team. By his senior year, he was named the team MVP by all of his teammates. And I couldn't think of a better way to describe his impact on our basketball program than get a couple quotes from his teammates. Connor always made me feel extremely welcomed at any team event, whether it be practice, volunteer work, or just getting food. I felt inspired by his work ethic and discipline, and he always did an amazing job keeping me motivated and involved with the team, regardless of how I was playing during games or practices. Connor was more than a teammate. He was a mentor, and I admire his leadership skills on and off the court. Connor epitomizes all the important characteristics of a great leader: committed, unselfish, disciplined, genuine, and most importantly, caring. And finally, I've never met someone with his level of work ethic and commitment to improving his athletic abilities. But this does not even scratch the surface of the impact he has had on everyone around him. Connor's words were always heard and taken to heart. He was not feared, but he was respected by everyone on the team. He was incredible at building strong relationships and gaining the trust of everyone through how he carried himself day in and day out. Connor has made so many sacrifices to support and assist everyone around him, and he never expected a thing in return. His commitment and care are unmatched. He's a fantastic leader and an even better man. I am truly thankful for the opportunity to grow and learn from a person like him. Connor, Union College and our basketball program are better for having you been a part of it. Congratulations.
Hello. I'd just like to congratulate all the award winners. And when you look at Union College, you think about the people and how they matter. And every award winner that's come up here, it's been funny. Like, I've had an interaction with them at some point on campus where I'm like, man, that's a special person. And to realize that they're all on different sports is pretty cool. And like, I'm humbled and honored here tonight to talk about another leader, and that's Ben Tupker. When I came in to join the hockey team 2 years ago, Ben came in as a transfer, and from day one, he had an impact on campus. He had the amazing ability to tell you what was right and what was wrong. And he's not afraid to tell you when something isn't right. And he would do it in the classroom, he would do it in the community, he would do it in social settings, and he'd always do it on the ice. From leading our team's mental health awareness game to just everyday interactions in the locker room, we were so lucky to have Ben Tupker a part of our hockey team. He's going to go on to great things in whatever he does in life, and we were just truly, truly lucky to have him, and getting the Leadership Award, Ben Tupker.
Hello, my name is Kelly Hartschetz. I'm the head field hockey coach here at Union, and I am here to present the Robert M. Ridings Memorial Award. This is presented to the most outstanding senior female student athlete of the year. I could focus on the physical strengths of this individual, but to me it's really her mental game that sets her apart from the rest. Grace Krebs, you are one of a kind. One of my favorite on-field stories about Grace comes from this past fall season. Just picture it. It's mid-October, playoffs are on the line, we're hosting the #1 team in the league, and 2 minutes left to go in the game, we're down by 1. Hockey players, you know what we're doing, we're pulling the goalie, we get the player up advantage, and we get a penalty shot called against us. Our goalkeeper's on the sideline. No hesitation, Grace Krebs starts walking to the line to defend the penalty shot. No pads, 5'1" in her turfs. She plays 6 feet tall. She doesn't care. And even so much so that the William Smith player asked her, you know it's not a corner, right? It's a penalty shot. And in her own words, she responded and said, yeah, and I'm gonna stop this shot. I love that. I love that mentality. And it's irrelevant to the story whether or not Grace was relieved that 5'11" goalkeeper was able to sub back in. But the player flubbed the shot, and I think Grace psyched her out. And I think she couldn't overcome that moment, and long story short, we get that player up advantage again, we tie the game with 54 seconds left and win in overtime. And I think that mentality was just, again, 5'1" in her feet, 6 feet tall on the field all the time. And not only is she an incredible player on the field, but Grace, your character off the field is second to none. We always joke that you have attended more prospect days than any other Union College field hockey recruit, maybe 8th grade, 9th grade being your first one. But at the end of that prospect day, I'd get a fist bump from Grace Krebs and thanks coach, right? Wants to make a good impression. I'm sure by year 1, year 2, that's gonna go away. Absolutely not. 4 years, there was not a single practice that didn't end with a fist bump and thank you coach at the end of every single practice. It normally takes a player at least 5 to 10 years after they graduate to maybe appreciate what opportunities were presented to them or what the coaching profession brings to them. But Grace, you always appreciated it from day one. You took nothing for granted, and I am so honored to present you with this award today.
Hi, my name is Derek Witherford, and I'm here to roast Pete Brown. No, I'm here to announce the winner of the William B. Jaffe Most Outstanding Senior Male Athlete of the Award, and that's going to go to Matthew Pilato this year. Matt had the most dominating year in men's lacrosse history. He was recently named First Team All-American and was National Faceoff Man of the Year. He won 72% of his faceoffs, won over 320 faceoffs, and picked up 200 ground balls. All of those are single-season records at Union College, all 3 of them. Matt finished his career as a 3-time All-Liberty League player, a 3-time All-American, and 3-time All-Academic team. He ranks first all-time in Union history in faceoff percentage, and first all-time in ground balls. He's also won the Sophomore Athletic Prize at Union, and has also won the CSC Academic All-District At-Large First Team in 2023. Matt's statistics and awards are well-deserved and very impressive, but Matt as a kid and a player and a person is even more impressive. There's 2 occasions I just want to speak about quick that we knew we were coaching a special individual. The first, when Matt was a sophomore, he was splitting time with a senior. And everybody knew Matt was better than the senior.
but he was humble, he was respectful, and most importantly, he was a great teammate. That year, both of them had very impressive years and were a big part of why we went to the national championship game. And for his work, Matt was named All-American after not starting one single game that year. He wasn't a problem, he was actually a joy. The second occasion was when Matt lost pretty handily at the face-off X, which didn't happen that often. Instead of looking down, being disappointed, my father would say moping around, he was upbeat, excited, and went to the coaching staff and said this was the best thing to happen to us. This was the best thing to have happened to the face-off unit. We needed this. He turned every negative into a positive. He was trying to learn from his failures, and he did so in such an impressive way. He became the National Face-Off Guy of the Year. Because of his outlook, his ability to be a truly great teammate is why Matt's winning this award and why he'll do great things next year at probably an ACC or Big Ten school. So Matt, we look forward to watching you next year and as you grow from there. Thanks, Matt.
Hi everyone, my name is Brian Bowman. I'm the head tennis coach. I want to give a quick shout out to three of our seniors and captains, Kate, Kai, and Shri. Thank you for everything. I'm honored to present Gracie Nickel with the award for academic excellence, which is presented to a senior student athlete for their academic performance in the classroom, their outstanding performance in the classroom, as well as their academic pursuits. Gracie was a 4-year starter for us. She was a number 1 or number 2 singles players for us the last 3 years, and she played number 1 doubles the last 3 years as well. She was named to the Liberty League All-Conference list the last 3 years. As a senior, she served as one of our captains and played first singles and first doubles. She has had one of the top 5 careers out of any women's tennis player at Union in the past 20 years. Academically, she's been even more phenomenal. Gracie has a 3.991 GPA studying biochemistry with a psychology minor and has completed the pre-med track. She's one of the salutatorians of the class of 2024. I won't go into more of her academic honors, but she will be studying at King's College in London at med school starting this fall. My favorite memory of Gracie had to be about a month ago when we were at the Liberty League Championship quarterfinals, playing a team we had lost to just 3 weeks prior. The match came down to Gracie at first singles. Now, I didn't have to coach her that much because she pretty much figured it out on her own, and she ended up winning in 3 sets against somebody who she had lost to just 3 weeks prior. And it was just amazing watching her out there because it was a perfect personification of how she's carried herself at Union during her 4 years here. Her intelligence, her hard work, the way she battled and competed against a really tricky opponent, against someone who was one of the best players in the league. It just showed you how she carried herself on court through her whole career, whether it be training, whether it be in the classroom. She's incredibly intelligent, she's incredibly hardworking, and obviously very, very talented, but she just puts her head down every single day and works and works and works until she accomplishes her goal. She's had an incredible career at Union, and based on what she's done in the classroom as well as what she's done on the court, there's no doubt she has the most impressive resume of any student athlete I've ever had the fortune to coach. Congratulations, Gracie.
Hi, I'm Karen Perrin, the women's soccer coach here at Union, and I'm here to announce the second winner of the Award for Academic Excellence. This award is going to Meg Pizer. Majoring in biology while minoring in Spanish and psychology, this student athlete was highly involved in the Union community during her college career. Preparing for a career in the medical profession, this student athlete plans to work in a clinical setting while working through the medical school application process. Meg Pizer was a 4-year member of our team, a dedicated and passionate student athlete. She contributed on the field with 4 goals and 2 assists. She was a member of our Leadership Council. She was named Liberty League Rookie of the Week, CSC Academic All-District Team, Liberty League All-Academic Team during her career. Meg showed great discipline and dedication both on and off the soccer field. As a co-salutatorian in this graduating class, I am sure she will continue to work towards great success in her future medical career. A great teammate, friend, and community member, she surely has used her college years to build a very strong resume of experiences for what will prepare her for her future. Although she has hung up the cleats for now, it seems there might be a future on the horizon in pickleball. Congratulations to Meg Pizer on the award for academic excellence.
My name's Laura Nardelli, by the way. I get to be up here again, thanks to one more amazing student athlete that we have. This is the Scholar Athlete Award. It is for impressive achievement on the playing field, in the classroom, and in the community. I don't pretend to have anything to do with the classroom and community part, but certainly I know this woman as an athlete very, very well. When I told him how excited we were that his daughter had decided to run at Union, our director of admissions had 2 words for me: good luck. You see, Allie Malatesta is a little bit of a wild child. You never know what she's going to say or do, and it won't always be in line with what you'd expect or sometimes even want. But that's also what makes her a great competitor and a really fun teammate. She's always game for everything new and exciting, from cliff jumping in preseason, to workouts in the snow, to hotel swimming pools, to McFlurries at McDonald's, to begging to be in a 4th or 5th or 6th event at the end of a long track meet. Track and field and cross country were all fun and games to her. Part of the fun was also pulling down 3 Union College records in the 4x400. I think I pulled a sandwich out of her mouth to get her in that relay at the last minute. 4x800 and the steeplechase. Now the steeplechase is where you hurdle 35 very large immovable barriers. They're about 4 feet tall, over a 2-mile race. And of course, Allie wanted to try it out. She'd never done it before. Thinking a plunge off the 4-foot barrier into cold water in early April would be fun. And at first it was a little bit ugly. But that spirit of loving the challenge is also what makes her an amazing competitor. She always wants to mix things up a little bit, challenging the expectations. And when Allie gets a whiff of the finish line tape, look out, there's no stopping her. So certainly no one except her teammates and coaches expected her to win the Liberty League Championship this year, but she did, while setting a new Union record in the process. Allie's a pretty special person too. She declined the captaincy this spring so she could be more authentic as a leader. She didn't want teammates to think she was supporting them just because she was a captain. And support them is what she does best. If you ever heard her cheering and whooping it up for a teammate, you'd know what I mean. So besides all that, Allie has a resume as long as your arm. Class president of the Student Forum, Scholars Program, Alpha Phi Omega Service Fraternity, Steinmetz Prize winner, and I think she's the fastest talking Union admissions tour guide in history. Yeah, she's the complete package. So to any parents out there who have a wild child concern, well, this one worked out just fine. Allie, we're sure gonna miss your fun around here. Congratulations on being named the Senior Scholar Athlete.
Hello, my name is Molly Chamberlain. I'm the head coach of swimming and diving, and I'm here to present the Stephen Ritterbusch Award. Getting to walk alongside Bill has been the highlight of my time at Union and possibly my entire coaching career. It's a rare opportunity that you get to work with an athlete who holds his level of maturity, communication, and vulnerability. From the moment I arrived at Union, we connected and spent time talking about his journey through the sport. His swimming career at Union had not yet lived up to his expectations, and he was struggling to find his purpose in the water. Midway through his junior year, a switch was flipped. He was falling in love with the pool again. He was excited about workouts, invested in watching race film, and hopeful for championships. At Liberty Leagues, he saw massive successes in his 4IM and 2 Fly, two of the most grueling events on our lineup. From there, his shift focused, and so did our conversations, less and less about how to motivate himself, and now to push his limits and to motivate his teammates. He meticulously scheduled his academics, his personal recovery, in order to maximize his time in the water. He meditated, ice bathed, visualized his races, controlled all the variables he could, so when he came in the water, he was ready to go. He has so much heart and gave so much in the time that he had left this season. He went personal bests in every event he swam and made his way onto the all-time top time list, all while maintaining an impressive GPA and rising to the top of his class. This past December, he had just completed a phenomenal mid-season meet, collecting more personal bests. We sat down to talk about his season. He was wondering where his season might go, how he might be remembered, and what his legacy at Union would be. William, you will be remembered for years to come, not for your wins, awards received, or times in the pool, but for your humility, courage, commitment, and gratitude. I will tell your story to athletes who are looking for motivation, who have lost the sport, who are going through a tough time, and who just need the proof that they can find their way back to the water like you did. I am so, so proud of you. Thank you for letting me coach you and letting me be a part of your legacy at Union. Congratulations.
Me again. I'm here to present the Stephen Ritterbusch Award to a very deserving student athlete. If you are a student or faculty staff here at Union College and you don't know this woman, then you must live under a rock. All 5 feet nothing of Glory Monsignallen is pure smiles and energy. Her smile is so big you could see it under a mask her freshman year. Her name indeed fits her personality perfectly. She was an ED commit for us right before the pandemic, and Glory didn't just survive first-year COVID here. She excelled, and she was named the 2021 Liberty League East Athlete of the Year as just a first year. She was also the track and field MVP that year. And despite battling a serious condition of anemia for the next 3 years that left her exhausted a lot of the time, she never lost her passion for track or the team. She always wanted to do whatever helped the team the most. And that she did, helping our team break countless relay records all 4 years. And she leaves Union as a 4x4 relay record holder, both indoors and outdoors. She was always a role model, but as a team captain this year, Glory led with unreal positivity and spirit. Despite a very full schedule, she always worked extremely hard, finishing every workout, lift, warm up, cool down, dotting I's, crossing T's, and she pulled many others along with her in that effort. She possesses that unique quality of being a friend and a confidant while also being able to speak out when something needs correction or needs to change. And yeah, she can be bossy when she needs to be. So in case you weren't aware, here are some of her accomplishments as a student here, aside from her 3.82 GPA. She won the Calvin G. Schmidt Prize for the junior who has contributed to the betterment of campus student life. She won the Union Athletics Community Service and Outreach Award. She's the co-founder of Union's My Sister's Keeper chapter, She's a mentor and leader for pre-orientation and first-year generation programs. She was a search committee member for the vice president and mental health counselor. She's a union admissions interview intern. And I'm not sure, but I think she is the Springfest committee. She's also student conduct committee member, a member of Omicron Delta Kappa Leadership Honor Society. She tutors English as a second language to local Schenectady residents. She's a pen pal mentor with the Kenny Center, and she's on the senior committee, and she participates in Lunch with a Leader. Whew, I'm tired of that. Gloria is the epitome of doing it all at Union, and she does it with grace and style and hugs and smiles, and I'm gonna miss those most of all. So congratulations, Glory.
And I'll say, I can't think of a more perfect representative to speak on behalf of our 2024 student athlete class, Glory.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. I am Gloria Inez Moncion Allen, born and raised in the Dominican Republic, but currently living in Yonkers, New York. This upcoming Sunday, alongside you all, I'll be graduating with a bachelor's in sociology and psychology. In post-graduation, I will be furthering my career as a social worker in New York City with children and families. Funny story, if you have asked me back freshman year, what was my post-grad plans, I'll probably say a professional runner. But Union has a way of shaking things up. During my time here, I've been a part of various leadership roles, worked at the Writing Center as a mentor, volunteered extensively in the community, and dedicated much of my time making left turns on Frank Millie Field and in the field house. When I first arrived at Union, I wasn't entirely sure what I valued most about the institution. However, today, that answer is its size. Coming from a huge city, I found myself hooked on the idea of attending a large university where more would be provided. But little did I know that Union would offer me a 2-for-1 deal where I had the benefits of a small school-like ability to build one-on-one relationships with my professors, but also the opportunity and deep school spirit large universities and colleges boast about. While we all come from diverse backgrounds and different walks of life, we all share a commonality, and that is our love for sports. Whether it's cheering at an Athlete for Athletes Day event on Bailey Field for a lacrosse game, or Rainier Athletic Center for a volleyball game, or at Alumni for a swim meet, the energy and passion of Union student athletes are unmatched. Beyond being student athletes and embodying school spirit, we all find passions outside of the sports. When we first arrived at Union, for many of us, our identity was just athletics. However, over the past year, we have uncovered what makes Union the special place that it is. We are more than just athletes. We are student athletes who tirelessly balance rigorous training, community service, leadership commitments, academic excellence, and even some late-night intramural sports we probably should have not done and took a lot more serious on a late random Tuesday with our friends. And as sad as it may be, today marks the official end of our athletic careers. We will always be Garnet Chargers. As we receive recognitions and awards, we do not only leave here as athletes, but as individuals enriched by our experiences of our sports. Regardless if you were recruited or walked onto a team, Union Athletic has allowed us to engage in our chosen sports since childhood. It has become an integral part of who we are, and along this journey, we have forged lifelong friendships, inspired younger athletes, and faced challenges that pushed us beyond our limits, such as playing a sport with a mask, and it really can't get harder than that. We experienced moments of doubt and probably wanted to quit our sport, but most importantly, discover aspects of ourselves that hold profound significance. And if there's one thing you take away from this speech today, it is that it is not the end, but the beginning of a new chapter.
The lessons learned on the core or field are not just memories, but tools that will propel us forward in ways we have not fully comprehend. From leadership skills to resilience, teamwork, discipline, and time management, the wisdom gained from our athletic endeavors will continue to shape our paths long after we leave Union. As you embark on your future endeavors, remember the lessons learned through sports. Embrace challenges with the same determination you showed on the field. Collaborate with others to achieve shared goals, and never underestimate the power of discipline and resilience. Let the strength and wisdom gained from your athletic experience at Union be a guiding light, propel you towards success, fulfillment, and lifelong growth. This is not the end, but the beginning of a new chapter, enriched by the enduring legacy of your time as a Garnet Charger. Before I conclude, I must acknowledge that we did not undertake this journey alone. Look around you and acknowledge your friends and their hard work. A heartfelt thank you is owed to the athletic trainers, the entire athletic team, department, our coaches, our parents for their unwavering support. Without each of you, our accomplishments would have not been possible. Special appreciation goes out to my coach Nardelli and Coach Chris for their guidance and mentorship. Thank you.
Now we invite our athletic trainers to come forward as we will hand out the Block U plaques to graduating members of the Union Athletics Class of 2024. First row can stand up and start coming forward. Cole Abdenor. Charlie Alexson. Clayton Arcuri. Edward Baptiste. Ali Barrett. Andrew Barton. Sam Batchelder. Celeste Bodwin. Jake Benechet. Kyle Bichot. Demetrius Benopoulos. Andrew Boyd. Ben Bravetti. Ella Brinkley. Sam Brosnan. Tyler Cafaro. Garrett Cafaro. Casti Correcchia. Jake Sioka. Kennedy Clark. Mara Conan. Hope Krisafi. Brahman Cronin. Mark D'Alessandro. Cole De Silva. Zach Davis. Nick Denave. Liz DeCecco. Gianni DiGennaro. Zach DiMuccio. Haley Deneen. Dan Donahue. Aiden Donnelly. Denali Douglas. Jaden Duncan. Jamar Edwards. Caitlin Eamon. Grace Ensleck. Sophia Estock. Michael Fiore. Brooke Fleming. Nolan Flood. Marlena Fornudo. Harry Forsyth. Bryce Fournier.
Biggest ovation yet, Bryce.
Caroline Frazier. Finn Garrity. Elena Gibson. Justin Green. Ryan Hilliard. Kate Hernack. Liam Hoy. Matt Kenvin. Peter Kipp. Grace Krebs. Meredith Killian.
Sorry, Meredith.
Bodhi Kunda. Emily Langlois. Audrey Larson. Andrew Lau. Dave Leon. Jake Mabarty. Kurt Malky. Ali Malatesta. Morgan Malinow. Maddie Mandalingi. Zach Matthews. Luke McGarity. Casey McGerald. Bill Megas. Kobe Menser. Robbie Michalski. Glory Monsion Allen. Dana Nelson. Nikki Newcomer. Gracie Nickel. Maddie O'Brien. Christian O'Sullivan. Jonathan Osma. Kira Page. Zach Penlilio. Matt Pilato. Grace Perini. Thomas Parisi. Meg Pizer. Dianis Polanco. Henry Quaintance. Luca Richo. Katie Riley. Liam Robertson. Aiden Rowley. Sophie Rule. Anthony Rozzo. Amanda Squalia. Michael Shaw. Stephanie Simpkins. Anna Smith. Allison Smith. Sean Speck. Caroline Stanton. Nathan Sullivan. Jack Thompson. Andre Thornton. Kai Tong. Ben Trantinella. Ella Trout. Ben Tucker. Nicole Turpin. Ella Tice. Ethan Vanderbrink. Jacob Vanderhoof. Tyler Watkins. Harrison White. Kari Wilson. And last but certainly not least, Ann Zhang. We thank you for everyone for coming here today to celebrate our seniors. To our parents, family members, and friends, thank you for your support of our student athletes, both in competition and more importantly, what they do off the field. To our athletes, thank you for giving us your time, your effort, and your commitment over the last 4 years. We have loved seeing you compete and succeed, and we look forward to all the amazing things that you will do in the future. Congratulations to the class of 2024. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of graduation weekend. And also, if we can have all our award winners, please come forward for a group photo, all award winners. Thank you.